Alright, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai is the Son of the living power, the Messiah, which these are the true names of the Most High and His only begotten Son in the ancient Hebrew tongue, in Lashon language. Right, I also want to give double honor to the elder apostles, a great millstone of peace and blessings unto the elect. And salute shalom to the fellow livers in the truth. Right, Lord willing, Yahweh Rahazah, this video is edifying. Right, and also forgive me for the noise in the background. And I'm in a certain place, that's, basically convenient for me. That may, make a better video if you will. Right, but yesterday I was meditating on what a brother said in the video, teaching the word. Basically, he was touching on how the same way they did the I can't really say the word, but the unvs, right, the unjuiced, if you will, the same way they did the unjuiced, in the midst of 2020, 2021, 2022, etc. They're going to do it the same. They're going to do that. They're going to have the same spirit towards those who don't have the mark, if you will. Towards those who don't have the charagma. And towards those who are against taking the mark. Right? Because we live in a society where, the majority of America is either a conspiracy theorist. It's not really no theory, but are conspiracy theorists on some degree. You got red pill communities in America. You have people in America who have sense, which you will have unbelievers, which I believe you will have unbelievers that will, somewhat be unwilling to, consent to this, even though in the end they're going to take the mark. I'm not saying they ain't going to take the mark, but you will have unbelievers, people in America that will be unwilling to, take the mark, But, the elect, they're not going to take the chip. They're not going to take the MOTB. Right? Just because you're unwilling to take the mark for a moment, you may will later on. Right? Just throw that out there. But you will have riots, man. And you will have the government, the news, entities in America basically making those who don't got the mark and who's unwilling to take the mark, offenders, if you will. They're going to try to demonize the people who speak against the MOTB, the people who's unwilling to take the MOTB, just like they demonize those who was unwilling to take the jab, who's unwilling to even believe into that, right? Because when you look at America, you have these different, communities, the conscious community, black pill community. I mean, not black pill, but I think, is it green pill or red pill community, So you do have people that have sense that will be unwilling, not as the elect, but that will be unwilling to, take the MOTB. Which I have a couple of scriptures on hand, and Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. Right? And I'm not saying, the Americans are going to be, are not going to be taking the MOTB because they have sense. I'm not saying that. But you will have some people in America that's going to, basically have some sense. But even though later on they may take the MOTB when that pressure come upon them, but the elect won't, just to, throw it out there so you don't misunderstand me. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 21. It says that make a man an offender for a word, right? So, and Esau, he's going to try demonize those that speak against the MOTB, those that speak against what the MOTB can do to your body. Esau, he's going to try to demonize the government, America and the damn devils, if you will. They're going to try to demonize those that are unwilling for the moment to take the MOTB. Those that have common sense, and we're seeing it now. Even those that don't know the truth, fully know not to mess with those chip implants. And I truly believe when the MOTB is mandated, you probably will have riots, insurrections, rebellions, revolts against the government. Let's go to the book of Second Esdras real quick. Now, I'm not saying this for sure, I'm not saying this for sure. And I'm going to say this as well so you don't misunderstand me. If you are not part of the elect, you damn may take the MOTB. Because the elect, they're going to overcome the beast and his image and his mark through Yahweh Shai. Right? So if you're not part of the elect, you're going to take that MOTB probably, man. You're not going to die. You're not going to die, man, for this. You're going to try to save your life. And saving your life, you're going to take that MOTB, man. But you still just, the point I'm saying is, you still going to have that resistance, even if that resistance is frail. It's not as strong as the elect resistance will be, Because you look around, you do have red pill communities. You do have black conscious community. You do have people who have some sense, and they may be the ones, and we see the spirit that's on, the people in the world. When you look at the soul or the spirit of the people in the world, their spirit is being riled up against the so-called Illuminati, the so-called elites, those who run this matrix, if you will. We see that. We see all throughout social media people that's not even, in the truth, that's posting red pill things, true things, factual information, exposing the government. Everybody, grandmother and mother, know not to fuck with the government. Know the government is on some evil shit, right? So you will have, and that's the spirit that's on the people. So you will have insurrections, people going against the government. You will have people, citizens in America, basically rebelling against, the U.S. government, politicians, senators, and that's prophesied in the book of Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men." Now, what is sedition? Basically, rebellion, if I'm not mistaken. It says, "And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." So there's going to come a time when the people are not going to regard, they're not going to consider, the rulers of this country, such as the politicians, the government, Right? You're going to see people rioting, rebellion in the streets. And you never know, that could be that rebellion, that insurrection could be something that could usher in martial law and the FEMA camps. You know, and like I said, you know, this is not, you know, me basically telling you is because like the scripture says, we prophesy in part and we know in part. So I don't know everything. And I'm not saying this is, you know, how it's going to happen, exact way I'm saying it, but, you know, just calculating, if you will. Being mindful of prophecy. Right, it says, yeah, and that may usher in martial law. You know? In fact, let's go to Revelation chapter 12. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, which is Esau, you know, his military, his government, says, is come down onto you, having great wrath. And that's that, you know, and that's Esau. And when it says come down onto you, having great wrath, that's Esau going full speed into that new world order. And, you know, when Esau going full speed in that new world order, that's when you see them FEMA camps or them concentration camps. That's when you see soldiers in the streets. That's when you see martial law. Men getting cast out of their houses. People being taken captive and put in concentration camps, prison camps. You know? Because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Right? So, and you know, and that's when Esau may activate that martial law. When he starts seeing that rebellion, that revolt, that insurrection. You know, seeing that he have but a short time. You know? That's when Zechariah chapter 14, Jacob's troubles fulfilled. You know? And the hour of temptation cometh, if you will. You know, where you're going to be faced with that great test, that great trial, that great trying upon your soul, man. Is you faithful in that? You know, is you going to take the MOTB? Is you going to bow down to his image? Is you going to yield? Is you going to bend the knee to the beast? You know, you going to take that chip implant? Or you going to be faithful unto Yahweh Shai, be faithful unto death? I'm going to close off on that, Lord willing. This lesson is edifying the bonus to the elder apostles. A great most holy peace and blessings unto the elect. And salute shalom to the fellow laborers in this truth, and all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, shalom.